Hey, Smarty Pants! Student loan servicers have been giving the wrong payment amount for people getting on the SAVE student loan repayment plan. Like, they were quoted $450 a month when their real payment was $150 a month. So if you are on the SAVE plan, if you're thinking of getting on the SAVE student loan repayment plan, you need to calculate your payment yourself to make sure that you aren't losing like, $300 a month. Luckily you landed here, so watch this video to learn the easy way to figure out what your payment should be on the SAVE student loan repayment plan. Hey, I'm Kate, the Money Librarian, here to help you feel smart about your money. If you don't trust financial gurus, but you want to get better with your money, make sure you're doing the right thing with it, be sure to subscribe. Click that link below to get my newsletter where I will send you awesome tips every single week directly to your inbox from me to you. This video is going to be super mathy. I mean, this is like heavy, intense, super nerd mathy, but it's only 4th grade math. You totally got this. You had this when you were 10. You're going to be fine. As always, this is informational and educational. If your calculated payment is different than what your student loan servicer thinks it should be, you call your student loan servicer, talk to them, tell them how you came up with your number, ask them how they came up with their number, and you guys come to an accord. How to calculate SAVE monthly payment from fall 2023 to June 2024. Alrighty, step 1, you're going to go to the HHS website that I linked to in the description, find out the poverty level for your family size. You'll need to find your state-specific number if you're not in the contiguous 48, Alaska and Hawaii. I'm looking at you. Then you're going to multiply that times 2.25, okay? Step 3, you're going to grab your 2022 taxes and find your adjusted gross income. If the number you found in step 2 is bigger than your AGI, you're going to owe nothing per month. And the government covers the interest accrued on the SAVE student loan repayment plan. That means your balance is going to just stay the same. It won't go up, but it won't also go down. But still, it won't go up. Now, if the number in step 2 is smaller than your AGI, you're going to find the difference between those two. This is called your discretionary income. Step 4, for calculating loans before July 2024, you're going to multiply that number by 0.1 to find out what your annual payment is going to be. Whatever that number is, you'll divide it by 12 to find out what you owe each month. So for example, if you've got one person and one child, 225% of the poverty line for 2 people is $19,720 times 2.25 equals $44,370. Let's say their adjusted gross income is $50,000, so it's $50,000 minus $44,370 equals $5,630. You're going to take that, that's the discretionary income, multiply that times 0.1, that is the annual amount due, which is $563, but to find out the monthly amount due, divide that by 12 equals $46.83 per month. Easy? I told you it was easy. It's 4th grade math. You got this. I have a free cheat sheet that gives you the lowdown on 13 different federal student loan forgiveness programs, what they are, how to apply, even common traps to avoid. Get it? Link in the description. After July 2024, for undergraduate only, you do the exact same thing, but use 0.5 instead of 0.1. Using the exact same situation, I'm not going to bore you with running through the first steps. We'll only get to the point where it changes. You take the discretionary income, that's $5,630. You multiply that times 0.05, get $281.50 for the annual amount due. Divide that by 12, $23.46 a month. If you have graduate and undergraduate loans, in July 2024, they're going to do a weighted average. So they take 5% of your discretionary income for undergraduate loans, and they take 10% for graduate loans. So if you have a mix of the two, you're going to be paying between 5 and 10% of your discretionary income. How do they figure it out? Huzzah! Let me show you. It's okay. It's, again, 4th grade math. You got this. First off, you're going to log into studentaid.gov to get your current loan balances. You're going to find out what % of your loans are graduate and what % are undergraduate by adding up all the federal student loans that you want to pay in the SAVE plan. So let's say you have 20 grand in undergraduate and 60 grand in graduate. Add those two, you now have $80,000 total in student loans. You'll divide the total undergraduate amount by the total amount owed. So that's $20,000 divided by $80,000 equals 25%. Then you'll divide the total graduate loans by the total amount owed. $60,000 divided by $80,000 equals 75%. And to check your work, those percentages should add up to 100. Then you'll find out what you'll owe for the year by multiplying the percent of your undergrad loans by 5% and the percent of your graduate loans by 10% and add those numbers together. So 25% times 5% plus 75% times 10% equals 8.75. Whew! Okay, we are so close to the finish line, you guys. You're going to multiply your discretionary income by the weighted percent you just came up with. So in the example that I've been using so far, their discretionary income was $5,630. We multiply that times 0.0875 and get $492.63. Again, that is the annual payment on the Save Student Loan Plan. Divide that by 12 to find out what your monthly payment is, equals $41.05. If you're married filing jointly, I believe that whether only one or both of you have student loans, if you're on the Save plan, you'll pay the same amount, but if you both have student loans, they'll split the outcome between you two weighted proportionately. For example, if your payment is $600 a month, one of you owes 33 grand in student loans, the other owes 66 grand in student loans, the person with the lower would owe $200 a month, the person with the higher loan balance would owe $400 a month. And I can hear you now. Okay, but what about after July 2024 when both of us are going to have a weighted average of our undergraduate and our graduate loans? Well, that's all we have time for today, you guys. But what about the married filing jointly on the Save plan with the graduate and undergraduate loans after July 2024? Yeah, dang, I hear my cats. They need to be fed right now. So I gotta run. You guys, it's been a great video. I hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to leave a comment and tell me how much you enjoyed this video. Cheers!